Hi all, my name is Jeff Hewlett. I'm a decision confidence builder. I'm a behavioral economist and I've been in banking and financial services consulting most of my career. I'm also a faculty member at James Madison University and I'm a personal finance author. Today, I'm going to share the secret to college decision making, plus other options to be successful after high school. It starts with a consistent, repeatable decision process. As you go through the decision process, you're going to feel overwhelmed by data. I'm going to show you how to harness that data to make a great college decision. Today, we will cover three main items. Why is decision making today so difficult compared to earlier generations? By understanding what makes decision making a challenge will help you make the best college decision. And then two, we will discuss what it means to be a college explorer, especially the feeling of explorers and how to harness those feelings. And then three, we will walk through the consistent, repeatable decision process with college as our case example. Finally, I will provide access to our college decision app called College Xoice. I will give you the login instructions at the end of the program. So this vidcast is based on a wonderful Washington, D.C. program hosted by the federal government and the FHFA, that's the Federal Housing Finance Authority. All the amazing colleges from our program, plus the Department of Education website links, will be provided so you can do more research. For those not attending the program, that's fine. The vidcast provides you with the presentation and the College Xoice app provided to those incredible D.C. public high school student participants. So, why is decision making so challenging today? First, let's start with the way decision making used to be. This is 30 or more years ago when data was scarce. This is an important concept. Data scarcity was when the most challenging part of a decision was collecting data. The data was difficult to track down. It was like people were data forages where they filled a basket with a few pieces of difficult to obtain data they needed for the decision. Since there was not much data, it was relatively easy to weigh and decide once the data was located. Recently, the world has transitioned to the information era. Data abundance has completely changed our relationship with data, and it has changed it 180 degrees. This happened in just the last few decades. Consider your smartphone. It is like the end of a data fire hose. Once the smartphone is open, potentially millions of pieces of data will come spewing out. Plus, it's not just smartphones. Data is everywhere. The challenge is no longer foraging for that data. Our neurobiology, as provided via evolution, is still tuned to the data scarcity world. It's like no one told our brains that how we make decisions is dramatically different today than just a few decades ago. The challenge today is being clear about which of the overwhelming flood of data is actually needed. The challenge is now to curate data, subtract the unneeded data, and use the best decision process. Unfortunately, sometimes our education curriculum often teaches students as if we are still in the data scarcity world. Today's program is a step to exploring what you will do after high school. I know it's a little sad. In not too many years, your high school will come to an end. Then what? First, what are some of your favorite explorers? You are curious, bright, and a little rambunctious, and I love that. The world needs more future leaders like you. So think of some of your favorite explorers. So while you're thinking about it, I'm going to share with you some of mine, and we'll see how much they line up. First, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Everybody remembers that, right? And by the way, I remember that from when I was in high school, and it stuck in my brain. In 1492, the theory was that the Earth is round. That's the theory. The Earth is round theory was provided by the ancient Greeks, but no one knew for sure. What if Columbus sailed to the horizon and his sailboats fell off the edge of the Earth? Now look, it sounds silly today, but back then, 1492, back then, all people could see was a straight line at the horizon. No one had gone beyond the horizon. So, how did Columbus and his crew feel? Knowing that there was a chance they could fall off the edge of the Earth and die? Well, that's right, they were scared. Another example, Florence Nightingale was a nurse during the Crimean War in the 1850s, in the mid-1800s. Soldiers were dying with their wounds, not from their wounds. That meant something else was going on and nobody knew what it was. That was before anyone knew about bacteria and infections. So Nightingale developed hospital approaches to dramatically improve death rates by decreasing infections. Also, a little known fact is that Nightingale was also a statistician. She figured out the infection challenge through the numbers. So, how do you think Nightingale felt? And all the nurses. People were dying and she had no idea why. Before they figured it out, many believed the nurses could catch whatever was killing the soldiers. So, that's right, they were scared. All right, let's move on to one of my favorite astronauts, Neil Armstrong. In 1969, Neil Armstrong said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." He was the first person to walk on the moon. Now, let's take a step back. Imagine how Armstrong felt just before he lifted off. He was strapped to a seat inside a tight tin can with a missile and enough explosives under his butt to destroy a city. Plus, he knew that if the tin can got even the slightest leak when he was outer space, he would die a horrible death. So how do you think he felt? That's right, he was scared. Now here's a very different kind of an explorer and one of my favorites. So in 1947, Jackie Robinson said, "There's not an American in this country free until every one of us is free." Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. He was a social explorer, a little bit different than the other explorers, but very important. And he was also one of the greatest baseball players that ever lived. At the time, he was demonized by the many white baseball fans. This was in the 1940s. They were hoping he would fail. Imagine how Robinson felt. He got death threats regularly. His family got death threats. His teammates got death threats regularly. So how did he feel? Oh my God, of course, he was scared. So here's the thing. You too are an explorer. You're a different kind of explorer. You're a what am I going to do after high school explorer. You have an amazing opportunity to explore college, just like any other big decision. College is likely your first big decision. You should feel some apprehension. That's normal, like other great explorers did. But also, great explorers learned how to use those feelings as motivation. We will discuss how to make a good college decision in a way to overcome fear and to create a process that helps you with all your decisions throughout your life. Here's the decision scale. We use this to weigh our emotions and how we overcome and harness our emotions. We'll put those feelings on the reddish side of the scale. What are the natural feelings of the explorer? Well, that's right. Explorers naturally feel fear, anxiety, being scared, and some confusion. There are certainly other feelings as well. Having fear is normal. Fear is a signal there's uncertainty, that's all. The challenge is that fear has no nuance. When our brains process it left unchecked, Fear will overweight the risk signal and keep you from moving forward. Now, focus on the green weight on the other side of the scale. We'll place how we overcome and harness fear on the right side of the scale. The students provided some amazing ideas for those impacts and for how we can overcome. We'll place those ideas under the scale, so overcoming fear includes bravery, courage, spirit, and resolve. But without help, the fear may overcome our desires to be brave. Notice that fear is still weighted higher than our desire to be brave. So, what do? Voila! Here is how to tip the scales and overcome fear. It is with a consistent, repeatable decision process. All those explorers had one thing in common. They had tools to help them make decisions. Columbus had his sextants and the math from the ancient Greeks to navigate. Nightingale had her statistics. Armstrong had an entire NASA organization behind him. Robinson had a very progressive Brooklyn Dodgers general manager named Branch Rickey, plus the entire American African community was 100% behind him. In today's information overloaded age, decision making is challenging because we have too much information. Today's challenge is to figure out the information we need and then subtract the rest. That is, subtracting the information we do not need. Now, we're going to switch gears. We will now walk through that consistent, repeatable decision process to help you make an amazing college decision. And don't worry, at the end, I will share with you an app to help you implement this process. And please remember, this is the same process we will use for all major decisions, not just college. First, it starts with learning the decision process. We plan our decision roadmap before we make a decision. As we practice and use the best tools, the decision process becomes faster and easier. For the college decision, now is a great time to walk through the entire app process at a higher level. The educational videos only take about 2 minutes each and will help you understand the forest before digging into the trees. Below each video are the links to dive deeper into those trees. Then second, only after we confirm the decision process do we start to collect facts. College presentation programs are very helpful for learning those facts. Remember, in the information era, data is readily available. At the end, I will share with you an app that has the links to all the colleges discussed in today's program. These links are updated for our college programs these links are updated for other college programs and college consortia. Also, the app has a notes section to track your impressions and information. So try to capture your impressions during the program or as soon as you have a quiet moment. The next part of the process will help you decide what is important to you about college. Step 2 and 3 are very interactive. As you learn more from step 2, you will update your criteria in step 3 and then return to step 2. That is completely normal. Third, your criteria is a very helpful filter to separate the signal from the noise. Many college representatives suggest that you should figure out your likes and dislikes about college and life. That is what the app helps you do. By clearly understanding what is important to you, the amount of information needed for the decision is reduced. This is addition by subtraction. So early in the process, you should evaluate what is important to you about college. In the app, I will share with you at the end of the program, a few of those starter criteria are provided. Some default criteria include, a good major will help me get a good job, or grades are important to college success. But there are many other criteria, like distance from home, cost, access to my people community, food, access to work while I'm in college, and many others. You can add or subtract your own criteria. And this process is all about the weighing part, and that's really where the science comes in. I'll share more with that at another time, but please know it is that weighing that is the critical part of making the good decisions. The app makes it easy to decide what is important and helps you update your criteria as you learn. And then fourth, once you are clear on your priorities, evaluating your college and other post-high school choices is much easier and quicker. By applying your criteria, you can quickly and accurately determine which choices are at the top of the list. The app is especially helpful when you are researching the college. Use it while you are checking out their website. The app is like your memory. Also, the app has access to the cost data from the Department of Education. That is, they have data on every college in the United States. It makes it easy to compare cost and include all your funding sources. Plus, the app is awesome for college tours. You can use your criteria to ask good questions from the top of that criteria list. And then finally, fifth, having a good decision process will help you be a confident negotiator. When it comes time to pull the trigger, negotiation confidence comes from knowledge. Negotiation confidence enables you to walk away from a college alternative because you know it's not right for you. Using a good decision process will increase confidence and inspire you to be an amazing college explorer. The important point is that the decision process is the same every time. So as you use the same decision process, it will get even better and even faster. Tools are important support for great decision makers. My book, called Making Choices, Making Money, is the go-to choice to help make a lifetime of great decisions. My book helps you learn good decision making and applies it to most of our important decisions. The book is meant to be referred to again and again throughout your life. The book provides access to wonderful tools and apps that help you make those decisions. This is the book I use in my personal finance class at James Madison. On my LinkedIn and Instagram social media, we post good ideas all the time. Also, on YouTube, we provide videos covering key decision topics, all centered in the same consistent, repeatable process. Please check them out and subscribe. I curate a website with thousands of articles. I and my contributors are constantly providing new ideas and repackaging old ideas. The goal is to create a consistent, repeatable decision process. It is very doable, but only if we reimagine personal finance in college by focusing on the decision process first. Next, we'll discuss our college decision app called College Xoice, and that's choice spelled with an X, X-O-I-C-E, College Xoice. I will give you a quick overview. I'd be glad to come back for a deeper dive. The three main app pillars are that it is easy to use, fun, and easy to share with your decision team. The app journey includes learning key terms and considerations via videos and easy to consume vignettes, then planning, identifying, and evaluating the criteria that mean the most to the student. And then this is followed by searching to help you identify and research schools. This includes learning from school websites, college visits, and high school college programs. And then finally, the decision, which includes evaluating schools based on your criteria, costs, and inviting friends and parents to help out. In the end, you get a rank-ordered college list to help you make the best decision. College Xoice can be loaded from the App Store by using this QR code. For the Washington, D.C. program, please see the first section for the college and for all those colleges and the Department of Education student aid website links. So the admissions links from those 5 great colleges, plus the links from the DOE. Here are some tips. For freshmen and sophomores, it is best to check out the introduction and learning sections of the app at this point. It's never too early to start learning about the process. Then, for juniors and seniors, you're starting to get serious. So now is a good time to move into your planning and search phase to prepare for the best decision. The app is easy to share. You can invite your parents or other trusted people on your decision team. I'd be glad to come back, would love to actually, and walk you through it. It is fine to share the app with your high school counselors as well. I'll leave you with a reminder that a great college decision is very possible. All great decisions begin with a consistent, repeatable decision process. And remember, you've got this.